Welcome to Everyday Linux User and welcome to I Tried It So You Didn't Have To. In today's video we're going to be looking at Sparky Linux. Sparky Linux is number 21 on the list. It's not the first time I've tried Sparky Linux. I tried it a few years ago. I found it fairly sporadic with the... sporadic's not necessarily the right term. Scattergun would be the right terms in terms of the software that came installed with it. So I'd be interested to see how Sparky Linux has improved since the last time I tried it. So Sparky Linux is based on Debian, originates from Poland, and if we go to the website you can see Sparky Linux is a GNU Linux distribution based on Debian GNU Linux operating system. It's fast, lightweight and fully customizable operating system which offers several versions for different use cases. So if you go to download and if you close the advert, there's two pages available, the stable and a semi-rolling. Now for this I've chosen stable, and there's four versions available here, that LXQT, Mate, XFCE and KDE. You'll also see there's minimal versions, and then you'll also see there's ARM versions. So we'll get back to the ARM versions later on because they're going to be used for my Raspberry Pi installation when I try that one. But for this video I have chosen the XFCE 64-bit ISO image. So I'm going to create a virtual machine, and I need to browse local, and you'll see there's a Sparky Linux there. It's based on Debian, so we can just put Debian in there. We'll say Debian 11 even though it's essentially 12 I'd have thought, and we're going to give it the same as all the other distributions to keep it fair, and we'll add in a Sparky drive, and we'll give it 25 gigabytes, and away we go. So Sparky has loaded up, and we're going to choose the first option. Change the screen resolution. So here we are on Sparky Linux. This is the live version, so we're going to cancel all this and we're just going to go for the installer. Interesting that it came up with that error for its own application. But here we are, the Sparky installer. And it's the same installer you get with most distributions nowadays. Some of them choose to have all the languages, some of them choose to just have a handful. In this case I was able to choose British English. It's picked up my location perfectly fine, and again if I wanted to choose somewhere else I can just click on the map, or I can pick from this list here. I can change the system and the dates if I wanted to, and then about the keyboard layout, again I can choose the layout that suits me. As it's a virtual machine, I'm choosing to erase the disk. If you were doing it on your actual machine you would make sure you've backed up first before doing this. Click next, and here we go. I'm not going to log in automatically, but I'm going to use the same password. And we're already at the install stage, so click install, and that was fairly smooth. It does say the installation takes 15 to 30 minutes depending on your settings, so we're just going to let it run its course. It's a fairly painless process, so now what I'm going to do is click restart here and click done. So here we are at the boot screen. I'm just going to choose Sparky Linux and I'm going to log in, and we'll go full screen. Hasn't remembered my display. But there we go, we're now in. And I'm not sure what this said, but it's gone blank. So let's look at, and we're actually going to close that down and we'll try and rerun that later. Down here is your networking. It says disabled. That's not a good start. Let's reboot to see if that fixes it. So on reboot, you can see I've now got a network connection, and if I go to Wi-Fi networks, there's one available and I can connect to it. We're going to put that down as a glitch, possibly with the virtual machine, but it still happened. So there you go, that's fine. So here's Bluetooth. We'll enable that. See if we can find my Bluetooth speaker. We can. And that's connected okay.
Connecting.
Let's see what browsers we've got installed. So it says browser web, so let's see what that is. That's not actually doing anything, so let's go into the internet section and you can see Firefox is there. That's not a good start at all. This isn't performing very well at all, by the way. I don't know if you can tell, but when I click down here on the network, it's not actually bringing it up anymore. Yeah, what we're going to do is going to reboot yet again. So I finally got Firefox to load, so let's try and so I finally got it to boot, and I'm in Firefox and I'm on my page. It's not coming out of my speaker, so let's check that we are connected. It seems to be connected, so let's try the audio settings. And you can see it's coming out of the wrong speaker, so if we change that. Operating system. Now if I look at Cache OS, it's actually number 17 in the list, so it's gone quite high, so it's getting a good reputation for itself. It's based on Arch, it's originated from Germany. So that works okay. Let's try printing. It's found the printer straight away, so that's pretty good. So other than a little bit of teething problems at the start, the Wi-Fi works, Bluetooth works, printing works. I'm not sure what those problems were. You saw the Firefox thing I was having problems with there, but now I've rebooted, it seems to be okay. Let's have a look, see what's installed. So if I click on browse the web, is that actually going to work? Because that's what caused me problems before. Yeah, it does work, Firefox. So I don't know if the updates were running in the background, it was causing things to go slow or what was going on there, but it now seems to be working okay. So let's look at the categories. So we've got Raspberry Pi Imager, an image viewer, a text editor, standard things here, file manager. Under development, we've got an icon browser, graphics, LibreOffice Draw, document scanner, the image viewer. Under internet, it's Firefox. We've got HexChat, which is an IRC client, a news feed reader, RSS reader, VPN, a Thunderbird mail client, transmission BitTorrent client, uget, which is for downloading stuff. Multimedia, we've got Exile, which is an audio player. Fairly basic, but I'm pretty sure it'll do the trick. So if we go to radio, it's fairly similar to the Tuxedo distribution I recently had a look at. works, as you can tell. Also under multimedia, we've got VLC media player, focus screens installed for recording videos, for screencasting, CD DVD burner, online radio station player. Under Office, got the full Office suite, LibreOffice, some settings tools, and then under System, some system tools for making live USBs, etc. So once you get past the initial teething issues I had, the actual set of applications installed seems okay. We've got Synaptic Package Manager for installing packages. Not the greatest in the world. You're going to find basic things, so maybe Chromium. They've got Chromium web browser there if you wanted that, or I don't know if Steam's available. You've got a Steam installer, so that's available. But what you're not going to find are things like Chrome. Or Spotify, maybe. Oh, there is a Spotify client. Let's mark that for installation. And then you just click apply to apply it. There you go. So whilst that's doing that, are there any other installers available? We can close that down. So we've got this Aptus App Center. I'm not sure what this is, so let's have a look. So Spotify should now actually be installed. And there it is. And there you go, we can log in and play audio via Spotify. So let's have a look at this Aptus App Center. And there's Google Chrome, so we can install Chrome via that. That's actually pretty good. And we can do Edge as well. You should be able to search as well. Let's see. Type this keyword you'd like to search. Well, let's try Steam. And there you go, Steam. And you can install that. And software development, you've got things like Brackets, which is a JavaScript editor. I'm not seeing VS Code, so let's see if we can find VS Code. Alright, can't find VS Code. What about PyCharm? No. NetBeans? No. But you might be able to find NetBeans in the normal Synaptic. Aptus also has this, so you can upgrade your system, full system upgrade. It's like a graphical user interface for apt. So you can clean out old packages, fix broken packages, remove non-free packages. So it's actually quite a decent tool. I'm yet to see if Chrome's installing or not. I'm really not sure what that is. What's interesting when I go to Chrome is there's not a real package, it's virtual. And it doesn't appear anywhere after I installed it. So this is going to take 2 hours and 54 minutes to do anything with. So I'm actually just going to close that down. I think the best thing you can do with this is from Synaptic, search for software, and install that package, and mark that and the same with that one. And then click apply. Now that we have Flatpak installed and we've got GNOME software installed, the next thing you need to do is set up FlatHub. So because this is Debian based, you're going to click here, so flatpak.org, set up Debian, and then what you're going to do is just simply run this command here. So copy that, I'm going to open up a terminal, I'm going to paste that command in and press return, enter the password, and you're going to reboot. Now if you go to GNOME software, we can now search for Chrome, and there it is. Chrome is now available, and every other Flatpak you need will be available. You see it's coming from FlatHub. So that's a good way of setting it up so that you don't have to use the terminal or Synaptic to install packages. You can of course change the wallpaper, and Sparky comes with a unique set of artwork. So let's summarise Sparky Linux. The installation was fine, but after rebooting into the main operating system I had a few hiccups. The first one, I had the welcome screen disappeared on me. Not sure what happened there. Then it wouldn't connect to Wi-Fi or indeed Ethernet straight away. Rebooting got the network working, and then I tried Bluetooth, and then the network manager failed after enabling Bluetooth. Trying to run Firefox the first time, it wouldn't run the first time. I had to reboot again. From that point on it seemed fairly stable, but then I tried to install some software using the Aptus Software Center thingy. I'm not sure what happened there, but I tried to install Chrome and it didn't seem to install anything actually. And then I saw a message behind that said that it's going to take 2 hours to install Chrome. So I installed GNOME Software Center and Flatpaks, and that's the way I would recommend doing it. So my views on Sparky Linux is it's okay, but you know, I mean, with MX Linux being about, it's hard to justify why you would choose Sparky over MX Linux. MX Linux doesn't have any of these problems when you install it. It has a good software installer to come with it. So I think Sparky needs to iron out a few of these little kinks, and if you're a Sparky developer and I've made mistakes along the way, feel free to contact me, let me know, and I'll give it another go, and I'll adjust this review. But from this point of view, I've got to say that I had too many little teething troubles to make it worthwhile for using it over other similar distributions. That's the end of the review. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on Everyday Linux User.